So about a year ago, I decided to attempt the Cumbria Way, which is a 40 to 50 mile walk, which cuts right through the length of the Lake District. But unfortunately, I got a bit stuck. I got a bit lost at the top of a mountain because I took the wrong route and ended up having to come all the way back. And afterwards, I said this. In fact, I probably won't do any of that. I mean, I'll never do it again. It was horrible. Yeah. But after months of returning from that original trip, I realised where I went wrong and what route I should have taken. So now I'm thinking, before another lockdown inevitably happens, why not go attempt it again? So this time I'll be starting in Langdale and walking around 20 miles to Keswick, only deviating briefly off the Cumbria Way to climb the Cape Peak, before rejoining the official route. So I've just arrived in Great Langdale after a very long 9-hour commute, and the rain has literally just stopped and you get this lovely cloud inversion just coming over the mountains and peaks here. So I'm going to have a little wander around the area, see if there's any potential photographic opportunities about, but I'm going to try and get an early night tonight, so where tomorrow is quite a long day. But yeah, so good to be back. Now, quite bizarrely, even though I'm surrounded by this fantastic vista and these mountain peaks and these clouds inversions, it's all very scenic and all very photographic, but one thing that's caught my eye is this little tree. It's not what I thought would be my first shot in a location like this, but I'm quite happy with it. So I just thought it might be worth mentioning, this is around about the same area that I got stuck last time I come here. Basically, I took the wrong route. I took the wrong route and it completely messed the whole trip up. I should have gone over, you see where this sort of shroud of cloud is just coming down? That's Stake Pass, and that's what I should have gone up. When instead, I went up the top of that mountain up there and got completely lost and had to turn back and call it a day. I just hope there's not as much cloud up there first thing tomorrow morning. So the plan for tomorrow is to leave here around 5, maybe half 5 in the morning. And I've got to walk for about 3-4 miles in the pitch black, all the way down that valley that I was in tonight, and then all the way up to Stake Pass. So I'll be climbing up quite high. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that early wake up tomorrow. Morning. So I'm not going to lie, I woke up about 5 this morning. I looked out the window and this whole valley was just shrouded in mist and it was pitch black. And I thought, yeah, not a chance. That's not happening. So I gave myself an extra half hour to get ready. Sun rises in about 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge of climbing over Stake Pass today, which is just over here somewhere. See, I knew this was going to be steep, but this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, it's a good view though. Not that I really care right now. Oh. So yeah, that was quite a steep climb coming up through Stake Pass here. But it's so nice up here. I've got so lucky with the weather today. Yeah, I've not seen anyone else about, unsurprisingly, because I think you have to be absolutely mental to climb up here for this time in the morning. There's literally no wind about. The only things you can hear is this river that runs right down through the pass and down into the valley below. In fact, that's a bit of a lie. There is one other thing I can hear, and that's this sheep that's eating incredibly loudly. It's quite irritating, but yeah, it's just such a nice view up here. The view on the other side, overlooking the Langstrath Valley, was even more impressive. So I've just come all the way through Stakes Pass, and the scenery on the other side is just brilliant. So basically I've got to follow this long winding trail which goes all the way down as far as you can see, and eventually that'll lead me to Borrowdale. But see, I do want to stop and take some photos, but I'm really slacking now. I've spent the last couple of hours just hanging about up here, so I've really got to push on now, and because I'm going to try and make it to Keswick by this evening. I still want to climb up another mountain before I get there, so I've got to press on. So my guys just told me that apparently this is the wrong route and I need to head all the way back down this hill that I've been climbing for the last half hour. And he doesn't reckon that I'll make it to the Campbell summit in time. And he said he doesn't think it's worth going up there at night because it can be quite dangerous. So I'm gonna head all the way back down and I'm gonna head towards the base of Campbell's and then see if I think I've got time to climb it or not. But I don't really want to be up there in the dark, so I'll have to see on that. Oh, it's annoying. Took the wrong route again. Didn't learn. So annoyingly, that hill that I was climbing up, I think in my last video, turns out that was the correct route. And from here, I can actually see the route up to Campbell's, which is that long winding path between those two trees there. Don't know if you can see that. But now it's gone 6 o'clock and I think it's going to start to get dark soon, so I don't think I really want to risk heading up there now. But to be fair, I'm not too annoyed by it, just because now it's gone quite cloudy and I don't think there's going to be much of a sunset going on tonight, so I don't think I'm going to miss out too much, but it would have been nice to have headed up there. But now I'm just going to try to rejoin the main route. That'll take me through to Keswick and I'll stick to the water's edge. This is Derwent water along here. Oh, it's annoying. I knew I should have stuck to that route. So I've managed to rejoin the official Cumbria Way route, which heads up alongside Derwent River here through Manistee Park. Which, to be fair, is still quite a nice route. I can't really complain too much. I mean, it's not at the top of a mountain with epic scenery nice, but still. I was just saying that the light tonight probably isn't going to be good, so I wasn't too fussed about being at the top of the Campbell's mountain to see it. But there's now just been a break in the clouds. It's just casting this lovely orange goldeny light across the mountains, which would have looked epic from up there, but it doesn't matter. No, I'm not gonna lie, that is so irritating, so irritating. Oh well. Despite that, I was happy with the photo that I was able to capture from down here on the water's edge. So little did I know at the time, it was still around a 2.5 hour walk back into Keswick, the majority of which was spent walking through a forest in the pitch black, which wasn't particularly fun. And as soon as I got into Keswick, I literally completely crashed out and ended up waking up quite late to get the train back here the next morning. So I ended up walking around 24 miles, which is quite embarrassing because it's only supposed to be a 16-mile walk. So Just proves how many times I got lost when I was out there. But I'd say the main things that I learned whilst doing this walk is that landscape photography and long distance hikes really don't go hand in hand. Because you always have in the back of your mind that you have to reach a destination by a certain time. And I can't tell you the amount of times I ended up just walking right past what would have been a fantastic photo opportunity, but purely because of this time pressure and you're constantly thinking, I need to be at a certain place by this time, you just end up leaving it purely to focus on the hike. The other thing that I learned is I'm terrible at reading maps. No matter how much organisation and planning that I put into it, I'll still get lost. Every time. But I think for my next trip, I'm really going to try and focus more on the photography side of things and less on the hiking side.